There we are.
What's going on?
Oh, hopefully we get some more people in here.
I hope so.
Oh, there's no sense in talking about what we wanted to talk about.
I know.
Hey, you always talk about duck hunting.
It's a lot better than what we were talking about a couple minutes ago.
All right. Yeah. Neil, you're not typing in the group chat. You were typing. You were texting me personally.
Yeah, I know.
So for those of y'all that wanted, Neil popped up, and because I can see y'all before I bring you in, and Neil said something. He said, I told everybody to go ahead and click the link, and Neil said, yeah, I guess I better put some clothes on. You'll get some clothes on.
Might as well start out with a laugh.
That's right.
And then Jay left. Let's see.
He done abandoned ship.
Yeah, hopefully he'll come back.
Yeah.
He said in the chat room that he got bad internet. So
yeah, how's the weather down there?
Here it's getting cloudy.
Got bad internet.
Whoa.
Yeah, how's the weather down there?
Whoa, wait a minute.
Got some feedback.
Yeah. Not me this time. It was me.
No, it was me. It's getting cloudy. The outer bands are starting to come in.
Mm-hmm.
They say that the actual storm itself will hit Augusta, Georgia, somewhere between 4 and 8 o'clock in the morning. And then what's funny is I'm working in North Augusta, which is right across the river. So I'll be working there tomorrow. So I got to drive right into that stuff. Hey, Jay.
He's back.
He's back. Jay's in his truck.
Everybody hear me okay?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep. Is it just us watching ourselves?
Right now. I don't see anybody. I know there's a lot of live streams going on tonight.
Is there?
For Wednesday nights. Yeah.
It's a Wednesday night. Yeah.
Frontier Survival's got one going. I know he's got one going on. Dark 30's got one going on, and I don't want to pull any off of his, but I was kind of, that's why I said share everything out on your Facebook so we could draw in just duck hunters.
Yeah.
I got it out on both my Facebook pages, both my Instagram pages.
Yeah.
Heck, I even had it out on Snapchat today.
Oh, damn.
I got it everywhere.
I'm hoping some people come in. And if they don't, man, we'll just sit here and chat
we can BS with each other.
Yeah.
We'll talk to each other for about 30, 45 minutes and then call it a night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some bad news here in Virginia.
Uh-oh.
So we came out to Virginia. That's why I wasn't able to hop on the live on Monday because we were driving. But yesterday I went over to Justin's house and we were shooting some clays and just having a good time. And his dog Remy, the chocolate lab that he has, was out playing and that sort of thing. And the poor thing ended up having a heat stroke and he had to put her down.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yep. So she's only she was 6 years old.
Oh my!
So we got her in. Well, luckily she came out of the cornfield because the corn out here is like super tall, and it was no different than any other time of her playing. So wasn't extremely hot. It's not like she was out there for a long extended time with no water or anything like that. So, but luckily she came out of the cornfield and she turned around and collapsed beside us and he carried her inside, tried to cool her down and took her to the vet.
That can sneak up on him so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what he's going through right now. So he's definitely in my thoughts and prayers. So
yeah, that's horrible. I've been there before. It ain't no fun.
Yeah.
No, I got 2 labs. My yellow lab, she's retired, and the black lab was never trained. They got her. My family got her while I was overseas, so she was never really trained to hunt. And but she was out a couple months ago. She was out running around in the yard Then all of a sudden, she just fell down, just collapsed.
Yeah.
I scooped her up and brought her into the house, put her in the shower, turned some cold water on her just to try to cool her down. But got her to the vet, and I said, "Did she have a stroke?" No, just got overheated.
Yeah.
That's the hard part about training this time of year.
Yeah.
It takes no time at all for them to get hot.
So it's something else.
Jay is our resident trainer. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Jay can train Jay could probably train a bulldog to retrieve ducks.
That'd be fun to watch.
Believe it or
Yeah.
not, I had a person who was going to send me a teacup chihuahua and a poodle through the barking birch, and she said they were like her kids.
Mhm.
Kind of glad she didn't send them, but so
The chihuahua would have been fun.
Yeah.
I want to
I
see that
always
now.
wanted to see if I could train a chihuahua to retrieve doves. Can you imagine carrying that thing in your pocket and
Yeah.
getting out to the dove field, pulling them out?
That Brittingham lady is running that gator dog, that little Jack Russell retrieving geese.
Does everybody know each other in here?
No.
I mean, I watch everybody's channel,
Yeah,
but I haven't actually formally met you yet.
Jay
Well,
Bicknell.
my name's Chris.
I'm pretty sure Chris was the first. Chris was my first subscriber. I'm pretty sure.
To your channel?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
Jay and I need to talk about
Pretty
that
sure you are.
camaraderie thing for the veterans.
Yeah.
Sometime.
Hey, we got somebody in here. We got Cody from After 5. What's up, man?
Hey, Cody.
You're it. What is it you want to know about duck hunting, Cody? Because we
That's right.
we got the panel to do it.
We could learn you up real quick.
Hey, Cody wants to know how to ambush ducks.
Yeah, he loves the ambush.
Belly crawl really slow and jump up really fast. Oh.
I like when you walk up over like a pond dam, and then when they see you, they're like, "Oh, this is bad."
That look on their face.
You called us.
Man, if you catch a snow goose pond around here, we do a lot of jump shooting on snow geese.
Mm-hmm.
And you can knock out 100, 150, 200 in no time.
Because you're out there in Missouri, ain't you?
Yeah. Northeast Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of scaring them, when I was up at Jay's in the springtime turkey hunting, I was at the foot of this hill. Well, they call it a hill. It's a freaking Mount Suribachi called Turkey Mountain. And I was at the foot of it. I was at the bottom of it in this little pasture. There's a creek that runs on the outside of it. And I found me a tree with a bunch of logs piled up on it, and I got it. I buried myself in that thing. And my son, he went running up Turkey Mountain just because, I don't know, he's stupid. But Josh was coming out of the mountain. Actually, he was coming down the mountain, and then I went to stand up, and I had 2 summer ducks in that creek right behind me, and never knew they were there. The look on their faces, boy, they jumped up squealing.
A whole lot more fun hunting than the turkeys anyway.
Yeah. Cody's asking, Cody said, Jay, how you doing, stranger?
Doing good. I'm having to go back and forth on the chat. I'm actually at my mother-in-law's. We're having a birthday party for her. So I'm flipping away for a few minutes, for a little bit.
Okay.
Just tell her you're busy.
Steak cooking, so I don't know. When I left, there was steak cooking.
Yeah, don't want to miss out on steak.
You cut away
I
for
can't
steak.
see. Yeah, I can't see the chat or go back and forth. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, Cody, we only got Cody saying, here, I'll just start doing this since it's just Cody.
That's part of being a duck hunter, is being out of shape.
Listen, round is a
Round
shape.
is a shape.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Chris, you're down in Tennessee. Are you stationed in Tennessee or in Virginia?
No, I'm stationed in Tennessee. I'm
thought
just
it was-
out here visiting family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, you're still
What
in
part?
Virginia?
I'm in Virginia right now. Yeah, I'm at my in-laws'
okay.
house.
What part of Tennessee are you in? I forgot.
Middle Tennessee in
That's
Clarksville.
Hey, you said what? North of Nashville?
Yeah, about
So you're
45
out of
minutes. Out of Campbell, Fort Campbell.
If you ever get up to Missouri, holler at me.
I was down there.
I'll try and make a trip.
Heck yeah. We have a lot of fun. We chase geese all about mid-December all the way through. It's like the first week of February.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I got a long haul of leave come about mid-December all the way until like the second week of January. So
that'll be good.
We got
We used
two.
to-
We-
We got
Oh.
all our did our Wounded Warrior turkey hunt. Everyone at the very first few years come from Fort Campbell when they had the Wounded Warrior Battalion and the HUA program. And then I think they kind of stopped that. I know the HUA program. And, but we had several guys come with us from Campbell.
yeah, Campbell's plumb full of turkeys. So they got turkeys all over the place, turkey and deer. So I haven't had much chance to get around to scout on post for waterfowl, but hopefully I can get in on them.
Yeah,
The fishing addiction's in here, and Joe Morgan just stepped in, so we now have a total of 3.
hey, we're rocking it now.
We're
That's right.
rocking it. To include us, that makes about 7.
Yeah, with our Delta chapter, we do a veterans hunt every year.
So at what time?
Do what?
So at what point did we go? Hi, my name's Jay Bicknell, and I'm addicted to quack.
Yeah.
when we get at least 5 other people in here.
Yeah, we had that veterans hunt with Delta every year down at the game farm.
Mm-hmm.
I had a guy show up, had leg gone from just above the knee, crutches.
Yeah.
Everybody jumps on a hay wagon, get hauled back there. I said, "Hey, you gonna hop up here?" I don't need no effing wagon. And it was like a half mile back there, just on his crutches.
Yeah. Cranked it on out.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
I hunted with a guide one year in Arkansas out of Duval's Bluff, and when we got to the camp, to the duck camp, we were met by the owner. I can't remember his name. I do remember the guy we hunted with. His name was actually Chris, and he said, "Yeah, y'all gonna be hunting with a boy named Chris, and he's a good caller. Da 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 da. He's gonna take you to the rice fields. Da 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 da." So next morning we get up and we're getting our stuff together, and the owner came out and said, "Well, Chris is in the truck waiting on y'all." So we said, "Okay." So we went out and said, "Hey, you Chris?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "All right." We threw our gear in the back of this truck and we took off. We get down to the rice field, get out of the truck, and I'm grabbing my stuff. I said, and waiting on him. Took him a long time to get out of the truck, and then finally he did. And he was wearing a back brace all the way down to his legs, braced up. He was paralyzed. The boy was paralyzed from the chest down, and he had a pair of crutches.
Yeah.
And he got into a motorcycle wreck or something. But boy, he would go across. If you've ever been across a rice field, you know how gumbo it is.
Oh yeah.
And he went across that thing, and I was in my prime at that time, dude. I mean, I was just out of the Marine Corps. I was in my prime, and he outran us all going into that field. And I was like, dang. So
that's awesome.
Hey, Jeremy, how you doing?
Yeah, those veterans hunts are a lot of fun. They really are.
Yeah, even being a veteran, going out on a veteran hunt is still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because, I did that one trip with the Fallen Outdoors, and we went out to West Tennessee for it. And I met, there was five other guys that went with me. And, I don't really talk to them much now, but while we were there, like just sharing stories and all that sort of thing, like having like that connection and being able to, speak our lingo and everyone understand, what it is and not have to give like the backstory to it. It was a lot of fun. So,
yeah.
Matt, what you got going on up there? Keep flashing.
As far as
keep flashing. Like,
oh, is that the ceiling fan?
No, it was the whole feed was flashing just on you.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we usually do like a youth hunt on a Saturday. We took 10 kids, and I think 3 of them had been hunting before. The other 6 or 7 never picked up a shotgun before.
Yeah, I bet that was fun.
Oh yeah, we bought 50 ducks, and I think they ended up shooting like 12.
Yeah,
but they had a blast.
Oh yeah.
Not a clue fishing's in here. Old Captain. Hey, Captain, how you doing? Cody's telling me I'm a flashy kind of guy. I didn't see myself flash.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been that ceiling fan right there.
No, it was like a glitch. It just kept popping. You good and clear now?
Probably this damn hurricane.
Is it a hurricane or is it a tropical storm? Or what's your difference?
About 10 miles an hour wind. I think it's 65 that becomes a hurricane. And we're supposed to get anywhere from 50 to 55 tonight and tomorrow.
That ain't no fun.
Yeah. Make sure you tie down everything.
No. I've done parked my cars up under the trees.
Just open.
Just especially that Impala, man. If that gum tree comes down on that Impala, yes. I get an air conditioned car.
Oh, that swamp in your video today that you posted?
Yeah.
Now is that a tidal marsh or what is that?
No. That's a lake swamp.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just low water right now.
So when you cruise through there, how do you pick out a spot to hunt? Just wherever you jump ducks up, or you look at the vegetation?
I look for open holes in the timber. And a lot of the places I've got some video that I meant to put out the other day and I just didn't. Some shorts where you can actually see where the creeks will get wide. In some places, that's what I look for. I look for open holes, naturally, open holes. I look for right now. I'm looking for vegetation. And a certain type of vegetation right now that grows pretty tall, and ducks love it, and it grows real tall, about 4 foot. So if I can see that on the banks and in the flats, then I know that once the water starts coming up in the winter, like it normally does, the ducks are going to be in that area.
Okay.
So I kind of look.
That was cool cruising up through there like that.
I was just taking my time. I did not go wide open at all. Y'all know Tom
Cody's with you use him as to knock out.
Do what?
Right, when Cody's with you, use him to knock out trees.
Yeah, when Cody's in the front of the boat, I use him to knock the trees down for me.
He cushions that front of the boat from hitting trees.
We were coming in a little hot. I was coming in a little hot on that one, and see, my boat doesn't have a reverse to it.
Oh yeah,
there's no reverse. And I yelled at him to grab the push pole to bounce us off the tree, and he was fixated on that duck, and he never saw it. And by the time he did see it, he jammed it in there, and it just kicked him back. Hey, Alex. True Southern Waterfowl's in here. What's up, Alex?
Oh, Alex.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some hunting stories.
Alex, I bet he does.
Mhm.
Oh, he came up
Hey,
the last
I'm
week.
gonna jump off here for a few minutes and go check on the birthday party. I'll be back here shortly.
Go eat some
All right,
steaks.
Jay, not a problem, buddy.
Yeah.
And now everything's freezing.
I take my medium rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Anything over that's junk. Oh,
Exploring with Nick, how you doing?
yeah. Alex came up the last week of December last year to chase mallards and geese in the snow.
Uh-huh.
We never saw a mallard, and with the full moon, the geese were all flying after dark,
Ooh.
and they kicked our butt.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
But we still had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I might have to make a trip up there just to
Yeah.
Missouri. I got another guy who offered for me to just come film his hunt. Because I told him, I was like, well, I won't come to shoot. I just want to experience an actual pit blind, and I'll videotape because I find more enjoyment. Because he said that he's going to bring a couple guys that's never hunted before, and I find more enjoyment seeing the excitement of someone that's never experienced it before, like kids and that sort of thing.
The first time ducks or geese drop their feet in a spread, and the smiles on their faces.
Yep. That's
worth it all.
And being able to capture it on camera, it's like, I don't care about filling my strap, that sort of thing. But being able to experience the pit blind, I was like, well, I'll come up there for that. But if you're chasing anything around mid to late January or mid to late December to early January, I'll definitely make the trip up there.
Yeah, our goose season will run usually the first week of February.
And is it goose like the Canada goose?
Canada's and specs.
Okay.
Yep.
I've never killed a spec before, so I'll definitely bring one back to taxidermy. That's for sure.
We have been covered up with specs the last 2 years.
Yeah.
This last year, we got into them heavy in late November, and then all of January we were hunting big groups, 500 to 1,000 birds. It was nice.
How does that work? Do you have to sit there and hammer on them with the call, or can you just sit out there in the general area where they are, as long as you have the decoys they come in?
Hammer on the call, I think. We have.
Yeah.
Garrett's running a spec call now, but I haven't figured that out yet either. But
gotcha. Yeah, I've never even tried one, so I wouldn't know.
Up until 3 years ago, I never even seen a spec up here. They came through early in September.
Yeah.
When they were on their way to Arkansas.
Uh-huh.
But migrations turned and pushed into here.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard them out here in Tennessee, but I've never got a shot on one.
They're a wary bird. They're working. We were working groups of 100 plus, sometimes 300 birds, and they'd circle and slide off a little bit, and then come back in and circle. When they commit, they just get stupid too.
Yeah, that'd be really fun. At least just to get one, just to say, knock it off the bucket list.
Alex thinks specs the best.
Yep.
I do. As far as geese go, they are. I love them. My experiences with them, you tell me that they're wary, but my experience has always been they decoy just like mallards. I mean, when we're out in Arkansas and we're hunting specs, or in Louisiana, either one, I mean, they just dive. I mean, they come in just like mallards for us, and that's. I mean, I can just tell you my experiences. I mean, and I don't get out there that often anymore, like I used to. But
I'm hoping we're gonna run a lot more snow goose decoys this year. Snows and spec decoys both, and see if that'll make them work a little bit better.
No, Becca, no, everything. I mean, there was a slight glitch with me earlier. They said that I was kind of jumpy, but does anybody else not having any problems?
I'm not having any issues over here.
No.
Now, do y'all get off there the sandhill cranes at all?
No. A year ago, last spring, there was a sandhill crane about 15 miles south of here that hung out in a cornfield every day for about 2 weeks. Yeah. But it was just one. I got no idea where he came from. He was just walking up down the side of the highway in the cornfield.
That's wild.
Saw him every day for like 2 weeks.
Huh.
But yeah. Yeah, a minute ago, Alex said something about having a hunt of a lifetime. His last day here, ducks been so-so. We knew a pond had 2 gadwall on it. We'd seen 2 gadwall in this pond 2 or 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
So we're like, we're going to hunt tomorrow morning. We're going to shoot those 2 gadwalls so he can hit the road back to Mississippi.
Yeah.
No calls, nothing but a 10-foot hole in the ice. No decoys, no calling. And we shot a 3-man limited gadwall in about like an hour and a half.
Oh my God.
It was crazy. I mean, from shooting time, a minute in shooting time, 2 darts of GoPros, they were coming into that open water. We had the only open water for probably 20 miles.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah, it lit up the sky.
Boys, hang on a second.
Matt, do you plan on going up there to Missouri? Just come up.
Well, I'm trying. I've got a couple of things that are going on right now. I got a guy we're trying to get into a lease in North Carolina, right there close to the Outer Banks.
Yeah.
And if I get into that lease this year, I doubt very seriously I'll go anywhere. And then I got another guy that just approached me today about hey, how are you?
He's on high.
We got
He's my little goose.
he's got about 80 acres that he's trying to lease here in South Carolina. That it's about 80 acres, and the majority of it's in floodable timber.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of right now. I've stopped trying to go somewhere else until I can see if I get one of these leases.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, do you know much about the Outer Banks area for duck hunting?
I know a little bit about it. It's been years since I've hunted. I usually used to hunt when I was a teenager, and right when I got out of the Marine Corps, we used to go into Pamplico Sound a lot.
Yeah.
And and that's beautiful. I mean, man, you can walk a mile without in knee-deep water.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Susquehanna Flats.
Yeah.
That's what I've been hearing.
Now,
Hey, Ladybug, how you doing?
Is that too far south for Brant?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Brant go down to North Carolina.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
nope.
Mm-hmm.
They stop at South Carolina. Now you'll see some in South Carolina on the coast, but or off the coast, but generally speaking, they hit North Myrtle Beach and they stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
Yeah, I got a guy trying to work me in on a guided Brant hunt. I think he's in New York.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to that if he can get me in there. That's one thing I've always wanted to hunt.
What's the price on it, if you don't mind saying?
Yeah, he hasn't told me yet.
Oh, okay. Because you gotta watch it. You know, if they charge a whole bunch, if I were to pick anyone, and this isn't to like knock anyone that if you're talking to him or whatever.
No.
But Pit Boss Waterfowl, Jeff Coates out there in Ocean City. Oh my gosh.
I've got him on Snap. I got him on all social media. He is fun to watch.
Yeah, I talk to him all the time, like on Instagram, through the DMs and stuff. And that guy puts in work.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
He's really nice too. I met him out there at Molly's place. I got a picture with him and stuff like that. And every time my son sees him on like the Instagram stories, he's like, I know him.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've talked to him a few times in DMs on Instagram, and he seems like a great guy.
Yeah, very approachable.
I want to see that boat.
Knowledgeable. Yeah, it's massive.
The world's largest duck boat.
That thing is massive.
Oh yeah. Well, how about you, Chris?
Oh Lord, I got a whole list of them. So I plan on hitting Land of the Lakes, or not Land of the Lakes, Land Between the Lakes. There, it's like on the Tennessee-Kentucky border. Right now, Tennessee is doing their blind draw. They're selecting for it. I got 24 different blinds I get to pick from to try to get drawn for them.
Is that in the Camden Bottoms?
Yeah, there's Camden Bottoms. There's Dover around in my area. There's down in Cheatham County, Cheatham Lake is another spot I'm trying to get. I do plan on making a trip out to Reelfoot Lake. I got a guy I'm talking to about that. I got a guided hunt back with Purple Haze Outfitters. I got pretty much my whole platoon is going with, well, not my whole platoon, but a couple guys that like to hunt are going with me.
That'd be fun.
Justin and Higgins are driving out from Virginia to hunt with me on that one. Talking about Missouri, coming up there.
Come on up.
I would like to make at least one trip solo out in Arkansas and get my kayak back there in one of the lake marshes or something like that. So
That'd be fun.
I got to do a little bit more research on it because I'm not trying to get either for one shot and second run over.
Yeah.
Run over would be
Run
fun.
over is by all means a blowout. I mean,
Them guys are insane down there.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to not do it in like big groups. I'm trying to like do a lot of the solo things, but big groups I'm trying to do it with people where it's like, I don't know, where I can just like sit back and watch them hammer
That'd
away.
be fun.
Yeah.
Hoping for that New York Brant trip. I'm hoping Alex invites me down to go spec hunting in Arkansas. Alex. I've got hunts lined up with Pro Outfitters and Harris Outfitters over around Mound City, up around Squaw Creek Refuge. Probably go head back up to Iowa to hunt with my buddy. So, and then I got a few collab hunts lined up with Ethan Gooch is wanting to come down and film for me a little bit. Runs Gooch TV.
I've heard of that.
We're back, Cody.
Yeah, he got teamed up with the Hunting Public, did an apprenticeship.
Oh, okay.
Then
that's how I heard about him.
Yep. Bird Bath Waterfowl. He's coming over here to hunt, and I'm going to hunt with him down around his area. So that's about it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. I've got a lot of invites. I mean, a lot. I mean, you've invited me. Chris has invited me. Jay has invited me to back to Kentucky. Down there at Smallwater Charters down in Florida has invited me to come down there. I don't know how many of these I can make. I was telling Chris before, when you had to leave for a second, I'm looking at a piece of property in North Carolina and as a lease. And if I get it, if I'm able to get it, because it's a 5-hour drive up there.
Is that the one that we talked about the other night a little bit?
Yeah. And I don't know if I get that lease, I don't know if I'll be able to take any trips.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's a good spot, and you know, if you look around it and look in the area and see what's in the area, I mean, it's right. I mean, it's right there. Lake Mattamuskie is like due west of this place, literally. And so I'm kind of right now. I just had to stop and say, okay, let me see what's going on.
Yeah, get your ducks in order.
But
literally,
the blinds are open. Come on up anytime. Just give me a little advance notice.
Yeah,
and we'll be ready. We don't care.
Definitely.
Come on up.
Yeah, when we get around probably mid-November, I'll probably hit you up. I'll let you know whether if I'm coming or not.
I had all the geese. I had all the geese in the world lined up for Alex when he came up for his trip. Geese in the snow. Second day there, that full moon hit, and they started feeding. Half hour after shooting time, every night we'd see them.
My goodness.
Yeah, John.
That's the way it goes.
If we get that lease, I'll be inviting people to come up with me. That's for sure. And then
we'll all be in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know M&A Outfitters. He's I don't know if he actually had a YouTube channel or what, but he was a guide up in Maryland, and he sold his outfit and he's moved down to North Carolina, and it's not too sure where he's going to live yet. He's staying with family right now, him and his wife. But if he's already told me, he said, dude, when I get settled, you come up here and hunt. Because I want a swan. I've never shot a swan. And he has got all the contacts to get everything done. And
now is that a lottery to get your swan tags in North Carolina?
I have no idea. Okay. He flat told me, he says, if you want to come up here and swan hunt, give me a couple of week notice and we'll get everything squared away for you.
Oh my.
I'm like,
now, are those trumpeters down there or what
I think they are. I think
I don't know the swan species. I just know the ones we have are trumpeters because they sound like a very out of tune trumpet when they come over. But mid-January, we'll have 75 to 150 swans in our goose fields. They are everywhere come January.
Hey, polar bear.
Now, Matt, if you get out there to be able to kill a swan, are you going to mount that thing?
It will be mounted. Yeah, regardless of what it looks like.
It's so big. It's going to take up like the whole wall.
my wife is the one that wants it on the wall.
Really?
Yeah, she told
That's
me.
Interesting.
She keeps telling me every year, I want a swan on the wall. I said, you got to send me to North Carolina. That's the only place I know. Find me a trip. Yeah.
We've had them walk around our goose spreads. Those birds are huge.
Yeah.
Their feet are like that big.
Yeah. They're massive.
We can't hunt them here in South Carolina. And about 2 or 3 years, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, we had 5 that came every year to our refuge. And they would get off the refuge and they would fly over to this flat and land in the middle of the flat every year. It was always this. I'm assuming it was the same 5. I mean, I couldn't tell you 100% on that. But about 2 or 3 years ago, some boys saw those swans coming over and laid into them, shot all 5 of them, and then posted it on Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and the whole 9 yards.
Greater Snowy.
The boat ramp is less than 4 minutes away from where those swans were killed. And before they could get to the boat ramp,
the wardens are out there.
Boys were there. The federal boys were there.
Oh yeah,
U.S. Fish and Game.
Yep.
I mean, it was
social media get you.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll get you.
And you see that. You see them guys post that crap up all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. How stupid are you?
Yep.
I know.
Yep. Even overshooting numbers, doing a whole bunch of other illegal stuff. It's like,
yeah. Have y'all ever hunted cranes?
Yes.
I know Alex is going to Texas.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, he posted there.
I've heard one before, but I've never hunted it.
There's no mistaking that sound when you hear one.
Yeah. We get them here. We don't get a lot of them, but we do get them. And again, it's a bird we can't hunt here. But I've been to Texas before and hunted them in Texas. And man, I'm gonna tell you something. If you shoot one, number one, make sure it's dead, because they will kill you with that daggum beak of theirs, or they'll beat you to death with their wingspan.
Yeah.
But that is the best. If you think a speckled belly tastes good, a crane is 10 times better. It is unbelievable. It's kind of a darkish meat. If you've ever had ostrich, ostrich cooked, it is very, very similar to that taste and texture. It is.
We don't have a season for ostrich through here.
Yeah, but you can get them in
We all
restaurants.
see them very often.
I don't know what kind of restaurant you're going to.
Oh man, we got all kinds of stuff over here. We just go in the pins and wring their necks.
Oh Lord.
Oh. Yeah. But yeah,
I was watching old meat eater off YouTube. What's that? I forget the guy's name. Steve Rennell or something like that. And that was my first time ever even hearing about the sandhill crane. So I think they called it like ribeye of the sky or something like that.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yes, they should. Because I guarantee you, Mike is watching the same swans he knows what the swans I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be excited just to get out to Texas myself.
Yes.
I loved my time in Texas. I went out there twice. It was El Paso, Fort Bliss, but I mean that's all desert stuff. But I heard a couple of my buddies they're tearing them up on the Rio Grande though, like the cinnamon teal.
Ooh,
some of my best duck hunts. Some of my best duck hunts have been in Midland, Texas, Plainview, Texas, Lubbock.
I want to go to West Texas, shoot lessers, specks, and cranes.
Yeah.
It's like the land of God. You can kill everything there.
Yeah.
You name it.
And nobody cares.
Yeah.
Widgeon, pintail. Yeah.
They got
We
it
were in
all.
the Playa Lakes, right outside of Plainview, which is, if I remember correctly, it's either just south of Lubbock. And we were in these Playa Lakes. And Playa Lake is where the buffaloes have wallered it out, and the water just filled up in there over the years. We were sitting there hunting, and we were shooting mallards, gadwall, pintails, and this duck came in, and no one could identify it on the wing. And I was a teenager when this happened, and they yelled at me to shoot it. Whatever it is, kill it, because nobody could identify it. It would fly by, it'd turn around and come back. It would land, it'd jump up, it'd come back. I mean, it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I shot this thing. Sent the dog after it, came back, and no one could identify except my dad. And he looked at it and says, "Son, do you know what you have shot?" And I said, "I have no clue." He says, "This is an old squaw."
Yeah.
And long-tailed duck. Now they call them long-tailed ducks.
Yeah, long
Being
tail.
politically correct.
Yeah.
It's
But
an
it was an
old
old squaw. It was an old squaw hen. And the guys, they said, "Man, we have never seen," because this is sea duck.
Yeah.
You know, you mostly see them on the coast.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "This is the first time we've ever seen anything like this." And the guide who we were with, he actually gave me $50 for it, but he said, "Can I have it?" Yeah, I said, "Yeah." You know, and then later on he gave me $50 for it, but I handed it to him. He said, "I'm putting this on the wall."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, because nobody's ever seen anything like that.
We have that warm water lake all 30 miles from here. And about every season, somebody will pop up shooting a sea duck.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen black-winged scoters, some kind of scoter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there was an old squaw shot on it 2 years ago.
Wow.
And I ain't got a big lake anywhere close to me.
Yeah.
And I dang sure ain't close to the ocean.
I think they just get lost. Some of them
They do.
just get lost in the flight line, you know.
Yeah, they get grouped up with something up on the Great Lakes somewhere, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
If the ocean comes up to you, just look out for a 18-foot go devil wide open coming to you.
Yep. Oh, but yeah, it's gonna be a good year.
I hope
Yeah.
so. With this, you know, with this drought that's up in the Pothole Prairie region is what's got me.
It's got me nervous about ducks. It really does.
Yeah.
Because when they come out of Canada and everything's 100% crop loss in North Dakota and dry, they're going to head east or west.
Yeah.
They
More
head
likely
east,
they'll head west.
do what?
More likely they'll head west.
Yeah.
You know.
They head east, they can get back towards the middle of my flyway where
Yeah.
I need them.
Yeah, if you got water,
Just
you
my
might as well
luck. I mean,
stay
just
close to
because
it.
of the luck I have, they'll head west, way west.
Way west.
Way west.
But yeah, I just want to know what the hunting model is going to look like the next couple of years, going into now 2 years without any kind of pond counts.
Right. And I mean,
I think they've been doing it with drones, though, haven't they?
Canada hasn't allowed anybody up there.
nobody.
Yeah.
Nope.
And you know, now you're flashing. Is that your TV?
That's my TV. I gotta
Okay.
I'll get a light. The hockey game's on.
A what?
The hockey game.
A what?
Hockey.
Man, we're talking ducks. We ain't worried about nobody beating each other up on a stick.
All right. It was a disco it was disco Monday night, remember?
Yeah, it was disco.
It was
I was like,
pink
dude.
and red.
You were turning beet red. I'm like, golly, man, you need to take some blood pressure medicine or something.
Yeah, Delta Waterfowl is pushing really hard to change the pintail limits
To what?
everywhere.
To what?
They're wanting 3, I think, with no more than 1 hen. But you probably don't get many pintails down your way. But
We
when you
get
see
a
a group of
We get a few. 2 years ago, I shot several. I mean,
but when you see groups of pintails working, it'll be
Yeah.
6, 7, 8 hen or eight drakes to 1 hen.
Yeah.
They say the population is so skewed drakes over hens that we could kill 3 or 4 and not have any problems with the population.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's tons of them out here in Tennessee. I've never seen this many pintails ever. So,
and with the limited, we're still allowed to shoot one.
Yeah, just one.
And I'm seeing more pintails than I ever have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the guys down in Texas and Oklahoma that hunt them every day, saying the population is way out of whack.
Yeah.
They say there are way more pintails than the government or whoever's counting them is counting.
Well, I mean, the way they count anyway, and it's not their fault. I'm gonna back it up back them up. You can't count every duck. I mean, you go over, look down. You're looking down at dots, and you're going, okay.
It's around about 100. That's around about 1,000.
That's about 100.
But yeah,
here's a 100 acre, say a 50 acre pond or something. I see 100. Well, there's probably 2 or 3 more 100 somewhere that they can't see.
Yeah.
But I see our refuge, our pond counts over here for the refuges. There's 37,782 mallards. So somebody's not going 1, 2, 3.
37,082.
82.
As they swim around and intermingle.
I know. Yeah. I don't know how they do those counts, but yeah.
And you're flying 300 miles an hour in an airplane.
Yeah.
Unless they're taking pictures, that'd be the other way around it.
I don't know. If you Forbes something, they fly the Mississippi River around St. Charles. They fly like a 20-mile stretch of the river there through St. Charles.
Yeah.
And they count all the ducks that are on the refuge over there. They count the birds on the river, and they count 2 rest lakes of those monstrous duck clubs over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I could remember the name on their Facebook page, but it's interesting to watch because they have Forbes Biological Station. They fly that up there like twice a week and count. And then some of those the rest lakes, Darden Duck Club, one of the oldest duck clubs in St. Charles. When we were out there for our Delta waterfowl hunt, we got to go up over the levee and look into the rest lake. The caretaker took us up there. Nobody ever goes in that rest lake.
Mm-hmm.
He said, yeah, we're down on numbers right now. He said, I think we've only got 92,000 ducks on a 30-acre rest lake.
And they're down on numbers.
They're down on numbers.
That's wild.
But yeah, that duck club, I think they said there's 13 members. The owner of the Blues, one of the owners of the St. Louis Cardinals. And when somebody dies off, you have to have a unanimous vote to get voted in to take their place.
My goodness.
Good Lord.
But yeah, we got really lucky. It's through the Delta Waterfowl University Hunt Program.
Mm-hmm.
We take 10 biology students at a University of Missouri. Some of them have hunted. Some of them have never touched a shotgun or anything. And take them to those duck clubs in St. Charles to hunt. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Some of us, the mentors, get to take guns.
Yeah.
But we talk about flooded corn. I'll post a picture on my Facebook page later on after this is over. St. Charles Bottoms is one of the oldest duck club areas. And for like a 20-mile block along that river is nothing but duck clubs. Every field is levied up and flooded with corn. They didn't have any corn the last time we were down there. But they are so pressured, them birds will stay on those rest lakes till 5 minutes after shooting time, fly out and feed everybody else's corn all night long. And then right before daylight, they fly back to those rest lakes.
Yeah.
Man,
What duck is still on your hit list?
Or goose.
Or goose? Go ahead.
As far as any of the tree ducks, the black-bellied or the furbless tree ducks, and a cinnamon teal. As far as puddle ducks go, those are the 3 that I want fiercely. I've shot all the other puddle ducks. As far as sea ducks go, I don't do a lot of sea duck hunting. I mean, matter of fact, I've never done any. So every one of those, except every one of those. But My hit list is I want the 2 tree ducks, the furvolous tree duck, or the black-bellied whistling duck, and a cinnamon teal. That's me.
I'm hoping all those black-bellied whistling ducks that are keep pushing north into Iowa come back through here in November. But yeah, they're still seeing. I think last person I saw post pictures was like 10 up in eastern Iowa.
Yeah,
I'm still itching for a widgeon.
a widgeon.
I want a good Drake cotton top for the wall.
Have you shot one yet, or
Nope.
just
Nope.
having? Oh, okay.
We had some come through. We were hunting a cornfield 2 years ago, goose hunt after duck season was over, and then we had probably 300 or 400 mallards flying around, and there was a couple widgeon mixed in with them. You could hear them, but you got to be good when season's over,
Yeah.
especially when you're 150 yards off the highway. What about you, Chris?
I'm gonna say mine right now is a Harlequin
Ooh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
because just their colors are so pretty. So, but my ultimate goal, obviously, is pretty much like every duck hunter, is just to get pretty much all of them. As much as you can, at least, because it's not like any of us would be able to make it out to Europe and kill the wild ones. But yeah, I say the Harlequin would be my next super top hit one. But I mean, I got a chance for one more move after my Tennessee stint here at Fort Campbell, and I'm thinking about going out to the Pacific Northwest, like hitting Alaska or going out to Washington State. So
I want to go to Washington.
I'll have the best chance out there to get one, obviously.
I'd love to go to Washington State. I've hunted in Alberta, and had a blast. If I could get back to Alberta, that would be another just a dream. Just to go back to Alberta, just to see the numbers of ducks. It was absolutely crazy.
I would love a chance to go up to Washington and hunt.
Yeah,
Specs and widgeon.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I could be a big fan of the way they hunt those widgeon. With it raining every day, you're just laying out in a cattle pasture in the water.
yeah,
yeah.
They say you got to have good waterproof clothes, but that would be a blast.
yeah.
You see that dive bomb video when they were hunting up there in Washington a couple years ago that went viral? They had like
I probably
have, but
they had
I don't remember it all.
14 or 15 guys in the blind, and this big old monster water widgeon came in, and they shot. I think they ended up in one volley, like 2 birds short of a full limit. From
Wow,
the whole blind limit. Yeah, look it up. I think it's still bouncing around the internet some, but yeah, that was insane.
I wish that I had a camera and was able to video this particular hunt. But we were in Midland, Texas, and this was way before I even thought about videoing. And we shot 25 mallards in about 17 minutes. Let's see here. All right, Alex, appreciate you coming in, man. Thanks a lot.
Don't work too hard.
Yeah.
He's not.
Oh, I get snaps from him every morning. Kick back in the train. I know. The best one.
We shot 25 mallards in less than 17 minutes.
Oh,
and it was in. I'd like to say all of them were greenheads. They weren't, but I mean, it was unbelievable. Let's see, it was the 6. Well, it was 5 of us. No, I mean, I can't even count now. My mind's not working. But it was 25 mallards, and it was whatever the limit was on mallards. I mean, one of the guys actually jumped up and said, "Quit shooting." I mean, he said, "Stop." We had to make a count, and they finished the count up, and the dog was working. We didn't send a dog until everything calmed down, and we still had ducks. We had ducks coming in on top of us.
Dang.
While the dog was out there.
Yeah,
we were looking for gadwall or pintails or widgeon or something,
Bonus, yeah.
The scrap ducks. You know,
hey, I'm a duck hunter. I shoot them all.
That's it.
Even them lawn darts. We shoot a few of them every year.
All right. Let me say something real quick. For those of y'all that are still in here, if you don't have W6 Outdoors, if you don't have Chris with Duckalope Outdoors, and also the Bicknell bunch, please do me a favor. Grab them up. Do it the right way. Watch a video first, then subscribe,
and comment.
Then hit that notification bell. Leave a comment. Leave a thumbs up. Do it the right way. These guys,
we appreciate it.
These guys, the Jay with the Bicknell Bunch has a birthday today going on, so he couldn't stay long. But the idea for this, I just want to tell everybody who's in here, the idea for this is every Wednesday we're going to be doing this panel. Now, this week it's on my channel. We're going to flip a coin here in a little bit to see who's going to do it next week. And then the week after that, it'll be somebody different. So that's the original intent for this. And I wanted, because I had some guys that were in here Monday night that didn't know anything about duck hunting and wanted to talk about it. And so I told these guys, I said, hey, let's pick 4 or 5 things that a new duck hunter actually needs. But we just don't have the people in here right now. I mean, I'm only looking at 2. But this is what this is about. So for those of you who are still in here, pick these guys up so you can watch it next week on their channel, because it's going to help me. It's going to help them. It's going to help everybody on this thing. Anyway, that's all I got to say.
Yep. Yeah, I can sit here and share hunting stories all night. I like it. Yeah. One of the most memorable hunts I've ever had. We were getting ready to go out. It was the night before Thanksgiving. We were getting stuff rounded up to go to our normal spot. Didn't have much around. Dad calls me and he goes, hey, he says, you hunt in the morning? I said, yeah. He goes, I saw 25 or so ducks here across the road. So I was like, that's more than we're seeing anywhere else. So we went and set up a good duck spread in the cornfield across from his house. Saw 2 ducks. Went and ate Thanksgiving dinner. I said, Dad, you're crazy. There ain't no ducks across the road from you. He said, I know. He said, I saw them. They were there. We set up that night. Garrett and I went out because we didn't have much high hopes for anything. And I'm working a group of probably 20 or 25 mallards. And if you've never hunted ducks in the corn, that's a lot of fun. They act totally different over corn in a cornfield than they do in the water. But we're watching him. Garrett's here beside me. I think he was 7 or 8, and he was always water swatting. It's easy for a kid.
Oh, yeah.
So I told him, I said, in this cornfield, I said, you're going to have to shoot him out of the air. So work a big group, probably 7 come back and drop right down in front of him. I called the shot. He jumps up, shoots. Just as I call a shot on that group of 7, there's probably 100 come back over my head. But he connected on a shot, and he jumps. He grabs that – the duck landed right next to him. He grabs it, and he jumps up in the air screaming, I got one. I didn't care if I shot a duck the rest of the night.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
I have a lot of memorable hunts, but I think my son shooting his first duck was probably the best day that I can. I mean, and we only shot 2 ducks that day. Only 2 were shot, but we were in Arkansas and we were hunting a pit blind. And I saw a mallard and a hen fly. I hit the call. I mean, it was like a string. I mean, they just did that bank, and they started that low glide coming in, a little bit of whiffling. And I dropped the calls. I said, they're coming. I said, just get ready. And he had an old Mossberg 20 gauge. We had to cut the stock on, and he was standing on 2 milk crates. That's how short it is. I mean, he's over 6 foot now, but he was a little bitty thing. And I said, all right, get ready. I said, you see the one with the green head? He goes, yeah. I said, shoot. And I mean, their feet were fixing to touch, and he jumped up, and I mean, he rolled that drake. I mean, rolled it. That little 20 gauge. One time, I shot the hen. Actually, I thought was a mallard hen. Turned out to be a gadwall hen, and but I mean, it was, she was trying to get out of Dodge, and I wouldn't. I was fixated on that greenhead. Is what I, be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And
we took that.
But he shot that thing, man. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it was me, my son, and my dad. And you couldn't have asked for a better hunt. I mean, even though we shot 2, that was it.
Yeah.
But that rings every time I hear your most memorable. That was it.
Yep. Mm. Then this year, going into early goose season, I don't remember what started. I knew, but shooting boss shells. Lost him. Shooting those boss shells. Dad mentioned, hey, while the weather's warm, I wouldn't mind going on a goose hunt with you. So we got Dad out there, opening day, early goose season, and oh man, he had never asked to go goose hunting, never asked to go any kind of waterfowl hunting. But we shot in a group, probably 20 geese came in and hit the water. We laid into him. We killed 6, and he is absolutely hooked. He's been asking me for the last month, hey, I'm looking forward to going again when it's warm this fall. He said, I want to go again. And that right there, I don't know if it's actually he's wanting to actually go hunting, or he's just wanting to hang out with his son, his grandson. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know it means a lot for us to having him in the blind.
I mean, my dad is 77 years old, and I took him fishing. He couldn't get in the boat. And I know he doesn't hunt. He won't duck hunt here anymore because there's just so many memories of him shooting lots and lots of mallards here. And then we just don't have them anymore. But I've been begging him to go, listen, I'll put you – if I got to pick you up and put you in the boat, I will. Yep. I'll take you out of the boat. I'll set you, I'll get a seat. You can hunt in the boat if you want. I'll fix it up. Mm-hmm. But basically, just to hear his stories, I did a little video on him a little while back, and just to hear some of the stories he can tell.
Oh
it's just, and I mean, I'm hunting the same spot. I mean, see that tree right there? Yeah. I shot X amount of ducks standing beside that tree.
That would be cool.
Yeah. And you've been sitting out there all day and you haven't seen a thing.
Now, are you all in that one mallard flyway over there?
2.
It's 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is that with domestic mallards getting mixed in there? Because I know that's supposed to be those hybrids are infertile, aren't they?
No, they're very, very fertile. All right, so all right, I am not a waterfowl biologist, so I'm gonna put you the way I understand it. Mm-hmm. The Atlantic flyway mallard was we never got. There's really no such thing as Atlantic flyway mallard. What you have is black ducks, and over generations and generations and years and of evolution, the so-called Atlantic flyway mallard turned into the American black duck because of where they nest at, which is the boreal forest. So they had to be dark colored. So over time and evolution, thousands and thousands of years, they've turned that darker color. There was a scientist on one of Russell Ramsey's podcasts, and he can explain it a whole lot better than I can. But they found that the genetics of the black duck is the same as a mallard, but not the same as a prairie pothole region mallard.
Huh.
Now, the mallard we see here was actually brought over from England. And they weren't released. They just got away.
Yeah.
So that has now become the so-called Atlantic flyway mallard. I'm kind of paraphrasing a little bit from what this scientist said, and this guy, he lives out in. I mean, that's all he does is travel around the world doing genetics on ducks.
That Ramsey Russell podcast is fun to listen to.
Oh yeah, it's pretty informational.
Those stories from some of them people just crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Especially with him going around the world like that. Oh, it's not just like hitting different states. Yeah. It's like nations.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, I've actually talked to him on the phone a couple times, and the man is just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
But now, so we now have to fast forward. They've been releasing mallards since day one.
Yeah.
On the Atlantic flyway. And here lately, I'd say, and I'm going to go back into South Carolina in probably the early to mid 80s, is where they started raising mallards and releasing them on certain ponds. The guys who dig ponds out. These ducks are stupid. I mean, they're just. But by law, they have to be 3 generations removed from the wild duck before they can be put out. And they say that they will fly back and forth and hopefully make more ducks to come down. Well, the thing is, they're not genetically wild ducks. No. And we already know that ducks don't just migrate south and north. They migrate north, they migrate south, they migrate east, they migrate west. So these genetic impure ducks are probably breeding with your ducks in the prairie pothole region, and we're going to get just a bad duck.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean,
they're going to pass on that domestic.
They're going to pass up that domesticated gene. Yeah. Now, a lot of guys, and I'm going to go back to the black duck and the mallard real quick. A lot of guys will shoot a mallard or shoot a black duck that has greenish tint in their head. And a lot of people say, well, that's a hybrid. No, it's not a hybrid. It's a confused black duck. It's a black duck whose original mallard traits have come out in that particular duck. This is what that scientist, and I wish that I had.
They hit a certain age and they start growing that green back again. That's what I was reading about it.
Yeah, we'll get a hint of here every now and then like that.
Hey, Sunfish Assassin, welcome. So you have people think, oh, it's a mallard black duck mix. No, more than likely it's a black duck that's got confused. He's cross-dressing, so to speak. Now a lot of people confuse black ducks with mottled ducks, which are two totally different ducks. And you got the Florida strain, you got Louisiana strain, and even the Mexican mallard, which has a lot of mallard traits in it, is a totally different duck. But
yeah, they finally classified that as its own duck now this year.
But I wish I knew I wish I knew where that podcast was to let y'all listen to it. But the scientist, he's an American, but he's from Russia. But he has an American accent. I think his parents are from Russia. And this guy, I mean, I sat there, I've listened to this podcast like 2 or 3 times over and over and over. When I was doing other videos early on in this, I would listen to him 2 or 3 times to make sure I had the right information. But this guy knows what he's talking about. I mean, there's no getting around that.
Yeah.
Hey, Sunfish, bald eagles have made an amazing comeback anymore, especially through the Midwest here.
They did up there in Maryland. They're all over the place.
I remember growing up, I didn't see my first eagle till I was like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
And now every waterhole or duck slough that we hunt up here, has got eagles hanging around it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I saw one
seen that.
today. I was in North Augusta, South Carolina today, working, and I heard him. Yeah, I heard him screech, and I got out of the car and I looked up, and there he was. I went, "Whoa!"
Yeah, our lake here in town has one nest for sure on it. That warm water lake has a nest, and then there's a refuge an hour south of us. I think they've got 5 nests over that, and you can drive down there, drive through them, drive basically almost all the way up to them, and see those nests.
Yep,
they're cool.
We get them. They come down here during the duck season is when I see the most of them. But I see ospreys all over the place when I'm down on the lake. They're everywhere.
We had an osprey pair nested on top of a cell phone tower about 10 years ago. Then once that nest blew down, I've never seen another osprey through here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you come down here, I can show you about 15 nests in about 5 minutes from the boat landing.
I didn't come back. I just want to go through the swamp.
Oh, come on. We ain't gonna kill nothing, but I guarantee you this. We will eat sausage biscuits.
Heck yeah.
And your butt will eat up the bottom of my boat hanging on. That I guarantee.
Yeah. Oh.
I went in there the other day. Guy looked at me and goes, I was putting the boat in. It was broad daylight. I mean, I wasn't in no hurry. And he said, "Bo, that's a good looking boat you got there." I said, "Well, thank you." He says, "Is it brand new?" I said, "No, man, I just painted it." He goes, "Are you going in there?" I went, "Yeah." He says, "You know it's going to get scratched." I said, "Oh, yeah."
That's why I repainted it.
That's why and I mean, I didn't even get basically get off the ramp before I done clipped the tree and bounced myself back around to go down the ditch.
Oh.
I was going through the cut and going what we call the woods before you get to another creek. And you have to, in those type of boats I have, you have to angle it just right, or a certain part of that boat hits that tree, and it'll bounce you off into an opening, and then you hit another tree and bounces you back. Then you get into the creek.
Playing pinball.
Yep.
Chris, do you do most of your hunting in walk-in areas or
in Tennessee now? Yeah, it's all walk-in.
Yeah.
So, but I'm about to change up the game here. I'm gonna do something different than all these local boys. So, I'm gonna get more into like the getting my kayak back in these little small creeks, because a lot of people run like the big duck boats. I don't see too many people kayak hunting. So, as long as I get out there way before they even show up to the boat ramp, I'll be straight.
Yeah.
In our boat ramps, you'll be leaving at 1:30 in the morning.
That's what I mean. I was doing that up there in Maryland. Get out there on the Susquehanna Flats because I don't want to get ran over. I mean, those dudes be out there with those mud motors, and then also they use like the bigger engines too. I mean, they be getting it wide open. So, some of them running without lights.
Oh yeah, I do it all the time.
So it's like, oh my god! And this is like big body water though. This is like looking from where I was hunting to the other side. You're talking like maybe 5-6 miles.
Yeah.
And you got like these big channels with the ships that come through, the barges and stuff like that. And like I had one little spot I loved going to because it was the closest to the boat ramp, and it was just far enough away where it was legal to shoot. And I would anchor up, and there was like this tree limb that I guess the the game wardens went and they dumped them so that way they can hit people with the with the binoculars and make sure that if they're in this certain direction they're illegal or whatever. And I would just tie up to that tree and just go back to sleep until shoot light. So I'd turn around and pop up out of the blind, and there'd be like 50 ruddy ducks out in front of me. It was pretty cool.
You do any body booting out there in the flats?
I did when I lived out there. Yeah.
That would be fun. That looks like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I at the same place what I was talking about, I'd anchor up all my stuff right there at that tree. And then, I'd walk on out there a couple 100 yards and then set up all my V boards, and I'd go back to the kayak, wait till shooting light. Then I walk back out there.
Nice. Now, what are you getting out there? Bluebills and stuff, cans or?
Yeah, there were bluebills when I hunted it. The cans never came through for me because it never got cold enough. But it was bluebills, ruddy ducks. You would hear and see the mallards. And if you were lucky and they came over the 400 yards past the shoreline, you'd get a shot off on them. But yeah, it was mostly all divers. So a lot of buffleheads the first year I was hunting out there.
I don't know why buffleheads get the hate that they do. I love shooting them little things.
Yeah, they're a tough little bird too.
They are.
Listen, on a bad year, back when we had some ducks and we had a lot of grass in our lakes. On a bad year, hey, 6 bird bufflehead limit.
Oh yeah,
let it rip.
Callio, their town. Oh, it's like 12 miles from here. It's where I used to live before I moved back to Macon. And the lagoons, the city lagoons, there's one that's probably 80 yards long and 40 yards across. It's always got divers on it. Tons of buffleheads. A buddy of mine just got his dog back from the trainer, and he goes, I want to shoot a bufflehead. I said, I got a spot. We went over there, and he killed 2 buffleheads. He cast his dog out there. Fenced in, no trespassing. Dog's just go under the fence and run right back. No big deal. His dog went out there, got this bufflehead, came back, and he was so happy. His dog's first retrieve. That dog comes in, he just gives it a big old bear hug, squeezing it. He lets go of it. He's covered in mud on his face. And he goes, tell me that was a lagoon? I said, yeah, I did. We get a few ruddy ducks through here, and those have got to be the dumbest bird.
Oh yeah,
I've ever got.
Yeah,
they're tough to kill.
They're a little tough to kill, but they're pretty dumb. That's for sure.
We get them on hunting these big lakes around here, and be sitting there and see them swimming through the spread all the time.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I ain't gonna shoot it. I just ain't gonna shoot it right now. Pair of mallards come in, drop both of them. Dog goes and gets them, comes back, gets both of them. I look out there, that ruddy duck is still swimming around my decoy.
Still sitting there. Yeah, he don't care.
I said, you had your chance. You had your chance to leave.
Yeah.
So tell the truth. How many shots did it take you to water swat him?
I got lucky on one. He was only like 15 yards.
Oh, okay. I've unloaded and reloaded and unloaded and reloaded. Ruddy duck.
Oh, yeah. I remember I took Caden, our youngest son. His first duck hunt was 2 years ago. Took him to that same spot that I got that. It's on backside of a cove on this big lake. You're upside down for a minute.
Yeah.
It was a slow burning. And he shot his first duck was a green winged teal. And we hadn't seen anything for about a half an hour. And he looks out there and he goes, hey, Dad, can I shoot that duck out there in the decoys? I said, what duck? He said, out there along those bufflehead decoys. I said, I don't see a duck. He said, Dad, that one that bufflehead right there next to that bufflehead decoy just turned his head. And that's one of them, water swatting a bufflehead's like water swatting them other ones.
Yeah.
3 shots there. It dives and comes up 40 yards away. So 2 shots there. Then it's 80 yards away.
Mm-hmm.
Dog's halfway across the lake trying to catch it. But yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, my first bufflehead ever, it took me from the time I took my first shot to the time that he was dead inside the kayak. It took me about an hour and a half because I had to keep chasing him. I'd take a shot and I was like, oh yeah, I definitely dusted him on that. I'm using a Pattern Master Code Black goose and 3.5-inch shell with BB. And I'm like, this has got to kill this thing. And I was like, he turned to dive and I'm like looking around. He popped back up and I'm sitting over here paddling. This is wild.
We had a gadwall like that. We were hunting. I was hunting over west of here. Group of gadwall come in. It's over there at that lake. It's all private blinds. This guy had probably 15 feet long, great big flat iron grill in there. Nice. Big group of gadwall to come in. We dropped 4. We winged one out in the middle of the lake, sent the dog after. His dog wasn't very good. Come back. The dog wouldn't ever get it. So we'll go get that when we leave. We're heading across the lake. I think there's 5 of us in the boat. We find this gadwall half mile away, swimming.
Swimming.
still swimming. So we cut that U and come back because it dove as soon as it saw us.
Mm-hmm.
Got the guy, one leg on the front of the boat. I don't know where his leg went. First time I ever met this guy, he was still drunk from the night before, and he crawls in the blind, takes his leg off, and falls asleep on the bench. First time I ever met that guy. I didn't know what I was getting into.
That's awesome.
I didn't know he had one leg until I look over and his leg's standing straight up while he's sleeping. This guy's laying across the nose of the boat with his 12 gauge laying over the nose. Every time that thing would pop up, the guy would kill the motor and he'd shoot.
Yeah.
Duck would dive, take off again.
Yeah.
He'd come up, shut the motor off. Boom. I think he shot like 25, shot close to a box of shells with that dang duck before he finally got it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would have mounted them just for the story.
I know.
Yeah, really. You talk about your son shooting the bufflehead. Me, my dad, and my son, we were in, matter of fact, we were in Tennessee. We were down in Kentucky Lake. And we were hunting at a big blind with a buddy of ours. He owns that blind. And, I mean, it was cold, bright, sunny, and we weren't seeing nothing. And I had my gun leaned up on the side of the blind. My son was to my left. My dad and his buddy, they were down there cooking something for breakfast. And I was down in the blind talking, and I heard my son go, "Hey, Dad, you mind if I shoot these ducks that are coming in?" I went, "Yeah, whatever." And all of a sudden, he jumps up, boom, 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 drops his gun, grabs mine, boom, boom, boom. And we all looked up at him. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, I just shot a limit." I went, "Do what?" And we all stood up, and he had 6 ducks bellied up. Every one of them was a green winged teal, and they were bellied up in the decoys. And I said, "Were they swimming?" He goes, "No." He said, "There was just a huge flock that came in. I shot the first 3 out of the front of it, and when they all bailed up, when they all punched up,
then teal.
I said, I shot 3 more." He goes, "I shot 3 more. I just used your gun." I was like, we all looked at each other. He goes, "I'm done." He goes, "Y'all can do what y'all want, but I'm done."
Be like, yeah, you're cameraman now is what you are.
That's right. Yeah, Caden never hit. Me and his mom had just got together. We hadn't been together very long. I'm not even sure if we were married yet. He said, "Dad," he said, I want to hunt with you." I said, "All right, let's go." He shot my shotgun a little bit. He was shooting my SX4. That same morning, he shot that one. It took forever to find. But a big group of probably 15 buffleheads come buzzing through the decoys, and they land at the backside of a cove 80 yards behind us. And we didn't see anything for a while, and I was like, "Let's walk up over the hill, and you'll get a shot at those buffleheads again." So we get up out of the blind, and we start walking up the hill, and we're 45 yards from our decoy spread. And he goes, "Dad," he goes, "there they are. They're flying." That group had gotten up and come across that decoy spread. And he said, "Can I shoot?" I said, "No, no." And just as I said no, he went to shoot. They were 45, 50 yards when they come across the edge of the decoy spread. And he dropped 2 of them out of there.
Wow.
Kid that had never shot anything flying with a shotgun. Yeah. I'm not sure if he's much besides a couple times with me. Shot a shotgun. Figured out that boy can shoot.
Yeah, dusted him. That's something else.
Yeah, his first hunt was 3 buffleheads and a green winged teal.
Wow.
He had a good
urge to kill too.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm a duck hunter. I hunt them all. I don't care.
Yeah.
We were down in Hackberry, Louisiana one year, duck hunting with a fellow by the name of Terry Shaughnessy. And on the way there, my dad got sick. Now, I mean, he got bad sick. And I said, "Well, what do you want me to do?" He goes, just go on down there. I said, "All right." So we get down to the lodge, and I put him in. I literally put him in the bed. I mean, he was bad sick. And I went downstairs, and I asked the guy where the nearest pharmacy was, going to get him some medicine and stuff. And went into town and got some medicine and came back. Well, gave it to him. And the next morning I got up, and I said, "Are you going to be able to hunt?" He goes, "No, just going down there." All right. So I went down to where all the hunters meet. And they looked at me and says, "Where's your dad?" And I said, "Well, he's in bed asleep. He's sick." And they all looked at me and said, "Well, what are you going to do?" And I said, "I'm going duck hunting." And he goes, well, what if something happens to your dad? I said, well, if he dies, I'll fold him up and put him in a cooler. I said, he ain't he ain't but 5'6", and he weighs about $125. I just fold him up a couple times, stuff him in a cooler.
My size.
And they started laughing. They said, are you serious? I said, I'm going duck hunting. So one of the guides, one of his stepsons, was either Keith or Kevin. I'm not sure which. They're twin boys. I don't know who was who. But he said, well, you're coming with me then. I said, all right. And up until that point, I had never shot a plumed out blue-winged teal. Mm-hmm. I've shot blue wings, but never have shot a plumed out one. And I ended up shooting 6 that morning with 3 shots. Mm-hmm. I scotch doubled all 3 shots. And the guy looked at me and says, oh, man, you just won me some money. I mean, I did this in like 10 minutes. I said, what do you mean won you money? He said, well, we got a bet that goes on who can shoot the most ducks, least amount of shells, in the least amount of time. He said, I just got you. You shot 3 times. You killed 6 ducks. I won. And now this is all pre-cell phone, so you got to understand that.
Yeah.
So we jump in. He goes, we got to go. I got to get back to the landing quick. So we jump in the boat. We take off. We get back, and he's running up with these 6 ducks. Well, the second morning, my dad's still sick. So, I drew the same guide, and we went back out there. And I said, man, I hope we get into some more of those teal because they're just fun. But I really want a model duck. I wanted a Louisiana model. Mm-hmm. And he said, yeah, well, they're real wary this time of year. I said, well, that's what I'm looking for. He goes, man, I need you to shoot 6 ducks. I need you to shoot them as quick as you can. All right. So anyway, a flock came through, shot 1 time, scotch double. Whoa, okay. He's happy. Another flock comes in. I shoot 1 time, scotch double. And the next flock that came in, I shot 1 time, shot 1 bird. So he's like, oh, crap. This guy's been shooting scotch doubles all day long for 2 days straight. And this is, all right. So another flock came in. I'm talking 40, 50, 60 birds in a flock.
Yeah.
And he's yelling, don't shoot, because he's scared that I'm going to shoot over the limit. And I surgically removed the last one, the last bird. Pow, rolled him. He goes, yeah.
We got to go.
We get back to the hill. I got 6 ducks, 4 shots. And he's like, did I win? He goes, yeah, you won again. There was a fist fight the 3rd morning between the guys who were trying to get me to go hunt. And on the 3rd day, I did get my model. I did get my Louisiana model. But that was, that duck came in by himself. And my dad actually hunted with us the last day that we were going to be there. Mm-hmm. And that duck came in. I hit the call 1 time, and the guy goes, "Don't hit your call because they're call shy." I did a little chop call, and that duck locked up, came in. And when he did that, I nailed him. I said, "I'm done for this." He goes, "No, you got to shoot. You got to shoot 5 more. You got to shoot."
I got to win money today.
I got the duck I want. I don't want it. No, you got to shoot 5 more. We ended up shooting a 2-man limit that morning. Nice. But we didn't get back to the hill fast enough to win. But like I said, there was a fist fight that morning. That 3rd morning, those guys, they were fist fighting. They were pushing. I mean, seriously, they were knocking. No, I'm drawing these guys. This guy's coming with me because there's like a $200 or $300 bounty. I mean, bet that they got going. It's not like $5 or $10. I mean,
it's big money.
Oh. And they looked at me and they said, "Boy, I've never seen anybody shoot like that." And of course, I had to. Well, you know how it is, Yeah. And my dad looked over and says, "He goes, that's the first time he's ever done that, guys. Ever." He said, "I've been hunting."
Dad, shut
up.
Said, "No, this is normal. I do every hunt."
But yeah.
Oh man.
I was
Could
hunting.
you imagine if you were recording then?
Oh, I know.
Or if you just started recording like when you first started hunting?
Oh man, I'd be a millionaire. I'd be a YouTube millionaire.
Oh yeah.
And especially some of the comedic stuff that happens in a duck blind.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think I told you this story, Neil, and I'll shut up for a few more minutes. But I was down on what we call the lower lake, and I had waded in, and right before the season, I drug a electrical spool out into this flat, and I tied it into this one tree, and I was going to use that to put my gear on, as you know, if I needed to lean on something or whatnot, put my gun on it and whatnot, you know, whatever. Well, about, I don't know, an hour into this hunt, I had shot maybe 1 or 2 ducks. It really wasn't happening, but I ate something, and it was really starting to bother me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no dry land. So I climbed up on this spool, and I went to pulling all my stuff off, pulled my waders off, pulled my pants off, pulled my coat off. And I'm stuffing it up into this cypress tree, and I'm grabbed a limb, you know, and I hung back to do my business. And as soon as I did, I had a pair of mallards just doing this number right here. I mean, no calling, no nothing. I reached in the tree, grabbed a gun, still holding on, one-handed, got up there and shot both of those mallards, stuck the gun back in the tree, and went back to doing my business. I mean, now granted, you couldn't put that on film, but if you cut away some of that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd be priceless. It'd be priceless.
Oh man.
Oh Lord, look who's here! Smoking Barrels.
Well,
We
Chris,
got M.R. Duggar and Smoking Barrels. Guys, Smoking Barrels Outdoors. He's a good friend of mine. As a matter of fact, he's the guy we're looking at trying to get some property close to us. We're still working on it.
Oh, okay.
See what happens. But he doesn't have a channel yet, but he's starting to work on one. So
good.
I'll be on the lookout.
Yeah.
Well,
Chris, what's your most memorable hunt? I know we've been doing a lot of rambling.
I would say when I was up there in Maryland on public land in the most hunted blind that they have, because it's really, really easy to walk to. And I doubled up with mallards in the morning when a guy was out maybe 100 yards away from me checking his traps with his car door open and the radio playing. The mallards actually came in. There was 4 or 5 of them. They came in and they were fighting over a hen, and they're actually running into my V-boards, running into like the silhouettes, and
nice.
like just skipping up off the water and landing back down and fighting and all that sort of stuff. I shot 2. I shot a mallard hen and a mallard drake, and then the morning went by probably about an hour and a half later, and I had a pair come in, and I just happened to pick the right one out that was banded.
Nice.
So
nice.
That's real good.
Yeah, that's in my trailer video. That's the hunt that I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the most memorable. Just getting out there and like having like kind of the odds against me. And I had to break up a whole bunch of ice. So I got in there like 2:00 in the morning, and I broke ice for about 3 hours. So,
that's never fun.
No, and especially with just the jet sled, and I have like by myself.
Yeah. But hunting public land, that's one thing. I like being able to outwork the other guy to get the spots that they're too lazy to get to.
Yeah.
My favorite spot is just over a mile back in the woods, through the trees, up and down hills, pulling a jet sled. Sucks.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to get me a 4-wheeler or something there, buddy. My fat butt can't walk that far.
Garrett and I found a shortcut. But when we found those wood duck holes in that my scouting video, we were looking for a shortcut to bypass some of those bigger hills to get back to that sluice when we found those wood duck holes. But most people are lazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to walk that far.
That brings up a point that I was making to some people a while back. I'm scouting now. Okay.
Mhm.
Now I'm not scouting for ducks. I'm scouting for vegetation, what's going on with this low water to see what's going to be available if the water goes up or even if it goes down. But I'll scout, and then I'll scout all summer in spring, in early fall, September and October. And then come duck season, 2 days before duck season, I'm getting phone calls. Hey, Bo, can we go duck hunting with you? Where were you in the summertime?
Exactly.
Where were you in the summer?
Where were you when I was cutting brush to do my panel blinds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were you at?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, it's something different if I call them up and say, hey, I found some birds you want to hunt with me tomorrow. But, they're seriously, I got 2 or 3 guys that do the same thing year after year after year. And they're like, hey, Bo, you found any ducks yet? Nope. I ain't found nothing.
Yeah.
There ain't no ducks up there.
I get phone calls every night during the season, especially after when goose season starts. We start hammering the geese. I pop them up on Instagram. I put them up on Facebook, and it's, hey, are you hunting this weekend? Yeah. Hey, can I go? Can me and my other buddy go? Got a full blind, bud. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, where you been? Where were you at preseason scout? Where were you at? Where were you at when I was scouting last night or the night before?
Exactly. Or hit me up, just randomly ask me if I need help.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a team thing, especially if you got that person's number saved in your phone, and you know that there's a possibility of you having to call that person. When times get tough during the season to go hunt with them, you should at least hit them up randomly and just be like, hey man, you plan on doing anything anytime soon? You need some help, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Garrett and I kill a ton of birds. Do what?
A phone call during this time of year or early fall will do wonders for me. And I never and here's another thing, I never ask anybody to pay anything. When I go duck hunting, I'm putting gas in my truck, I'm putting gas in my boat. And I only have a couple of guys that will actually say, hey man, here's a 20, or do you need help with the gas? And I generally just tell them, no, don't worry about it. Nope. It's the offer that makes me feel better. And that makes me want to call them later and say, hey, you want to go scout a little bit? But
Garrett and I kill a ton of
real quick. We got some new people to come in. Laura's come in, Laura the Explorer. She's out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Great little channel. She does a lot of catfishing.
Yeah, catfishing. I've been watching that. Yep.
Duggar Frisching is in here. But anyway, for the guys that are coming in now, do me a huge favor. Look back up in the chat. Pick these guys up. To be quite honest, we're going to be doing this every Wednesday, but it's not necessarily on my channel. It may be on their channel. So pick these guys up. So when they post out that they're getting ready to do this on whoever's channel, y'all can go over there as well. Yep. So I would have, for those that know me, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
We appreciate it too. Yeah. But Garrett and I kill a ton of birds every year. We had this last year, we had one of the best years we've ever had. But we also put in 500, 700 miles a week driving back roads.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which has been somebody's here now. But yeah, it's just been we put in the work. So when those guys call me up, they call me tonight and say, hey, can I hunt with you tomorrow? Dude, where you been?
Yeah.
We've been working our butts off to find these birds. Exactly. It was really nice when when he first turned 16, him and his buddies were all 16 running around with their trucks. I had 3 16-year-olds driving every back road in 3 counties, finding geese for me. So, yeah. But yeah, you just got to work for it. Yeah. And if you want to hunt with somebody, show them the support. I mean, get out there and work for them.
Exactly.
Show up or cut. Say, hey, I got a good CRP field full of brush. He said, you want to come cut it? Sure, we'll go cut it.
Yep. And that's the other thing showing up, really. Like, even if they turn around and they offer you, if you're the one reaching out to them or vice versa, like being there to the parking lot or to the gas station, like way before they show up.
Yeah.
Because I hate waiting on people.
Oh no! I don't. I am early.
Like, no, I'm the type that set decoys out at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Because I'd much rather get everything done and everything quiet before we're even like an hour before shoot.
And kick back and relax.
Yep.
Enjoy
a cup of coffee.
The world.
Yeah.
Enjoy the world waking up.
Mm-hmm.
Waking
daylight.
Up.
And that's your time to cook too. You can turn around and cook up some eggs and bacon. You're not having to take away, your shoot time away from yourself. So
that's why.
No, I usually wait to 9 o'clock. When 9 o'clock hits, if I'm not seeing anything, biscuit maker comes out.
Yeah.
8:30 to 9 is when we usually fire the grill up.
Oh man, my biscuit maker comes out, and I'm like, all right, y'all watch for ducks. Daddy Duck's gonna be cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anybody that shows
tennis...
up to my duck line brings me a Mountain Dew, you're in my good graces. See, I done killed mine.
Mountain Dew, not a sponsor, but could be.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
But yeah, I even as an example, like I did it for the Tennessee boys too. Like, the first day I met them, they took me out. We had that amazing hunt. And then the second time I went out with them, I knew where we were going, what time they planned on showing up. And I texted one of the guys. I was like, hey, I'm just going to go back there. I'm going to have everything all set up. So that way y'all just have to show up and shoot. And, sure as anything, they showed up, decoys are set. I had all the jerk string all set up and everything. And, they showed up and we went ahead. I think we ended up with like 4 or 5 wood ducks, a couple mallards, and they're like, all for it. So, it's like they found a spot. I figure I at least, do some of the work to make up for, showing up late in the season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We're rooting for the blue team. Okay.
It's amazing what a phone call.
Yeah.
Way before the season.
Yep.
What an offer, even an offer will do for somebody. I mean,
I got it. All right. Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But don't call me the night before.
No.
Just because you see me on my videos popping up or you see me on Instagram with a 7-man limit stretched out.
Yep.
Yeah.
We earn those birds.
That's right.
And the other ones too is bailing out the morning of.
Oh.
It's like if your dog's sick, like you ate something bad that night, I understand that. But if you stayed up all night drinking or you overslept or something like that, like,
yep.
I don't know, man. Yep. You got to be as much invested in it as I am, to come with me. So.
Yep, and that's exactly right. That's what it is. I hunt hard. I work hard at it. Garrett's been doing it since he was 5, so he's as intense about it as I am.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Either fit in or not.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times that somebody will invite me to hunt, and I'm getting my stuff ready, and I'm not going to carry my boat, and they say, "Well, just meet me at such and such, and you can get in my boat, my stuff." And I'm at the boat landing, I'm waiting, and I'm 30 minutes from the house with nothing but a gun and my gunning bag, and it's starting to break daylight, and they ain't showed up yet. I finally get a hold of them, and oh man, I'm sorry, man, but I drank too much last night.
That's it. You're done.
You're done.
Yep.
It's over with.
Never again. Delete, block the number.
Yeah, I got this little girl here. She's my decoy setter.
The decoy. Hey, you need one.
All
the decoys you put out.
I know. Yep.
I mean, it's one thing if, like, I had two buddies of mine that I hunt with occasionally, and they were going to meet me at the boat ramp. They had no idea where we were going. They just knew the boat ramp, and they called me. I mean, I was antsy because I already had my boat in the water. I'm over there pacing, and they finally got a hold of me and says, "Bo, we're on the way, but we broke down, and we had a flat tire." Those things I understand. Those things can be understood, but the rest of them, I drank too much. No.
Yeah.
Just don't
No,
feel like
Don't
going
be
down.
drunk, and don't be drunk coming to duck hunt with me.
No.
Yeah.
You want to have a drink? I have no problem with that. I love a cold beer when it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
I like a mixed drink after I get home, and I'm sitting there and it's nighttime, and but to drink and then get drunk and then try to hunt, you ain't getting in my boat.
No. Nope.
It ain't happening.
No. But yeah, like I said, Chris, if you ever get a chance to get up here, don't hesitate to holler.
Okay. Yeah,
So I
I
know
appreciate it.
Nashville's what, 12? If I remember right, it's 12 hours from here.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. That's about the same time wise to come out here to Virginia.
Mhm.
So yeah, it'd just be like a long weekend. Leave
Yep.
Friday, that sort of thing.
Ducks are hit and miss.
Yeah.
Some days we'll have good days. Some days it's just one. But goose is where we've been hammering.
Yeah.
So, yep. And like I've been trying to get Matt up here for a year now.
Yeah, I want. Yeah,
But that
I
lease is
tell my
gonna
wife
be good.
I tell her. I said she asked me today. She goes, "Why are you doing a Wednesday night live? You do yours on Mondays." I said, "Well, we're trying to start a little more duck conversation,
Mhm.
on a specific day, and it won't always be on my channel, so forth and so forth." And she goes, "Oh, okay." She goes, "Who's going to be on your panel?" And I said, "That red bearded guy, Neil." And he just, "Ain't he the one that wants you to come up to Missouri?" I said, "Yep." He says, "Are you going?" I went, "I want to." Do I have permission? Because here's the thing. What I would really love to do is head that way, and then work my way back. Missouri, Jay in Kentucky, and Chris in Tennessee, and just I don't know if my bank account will allow it, but that's what I want to do.
It would make for a fun trip.
Because I don't have a kayak. I'd have to drag a boat.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I love having new guys in the blind with me. And it's just like this. Just sit here and goof around and talk.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden look up and go, "Oops."
Yeah.
No.
Shut up.
Oops.
Get down.
Well, we messed that up.
Yeah, no. But that's duck hunting.
Oh yeah.
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 I've got ADD. I can't sit still. I can't, as you can tell from these things, I can't be quiet.
Right.
But, I like to talk.
Yeah.
I ain't got to worry about being quiet. I ain't got to smell good like you have to do when you're deer hunting.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's my problem. I don't smell good. I smell good when I'm duck hunting. I mean deer hunting.
Oh, man.
I'm 30 foot in a pine tree, covered in scent, in a tree stand, and I look down, and there's a young doe looking right up at me, going.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Oh, man. Yeah, I know. Season can't get here fast enough.
Yep.
We got 2 months.
Yep. I am glad my Instagram feed is getting back to ducks and geese. Turkey season's over. Turkeys are going away.
That got old after a while. I got tired of seeing the turkey stuff.
Yeah.
Still getting some fishing guys on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting to see a lot more duck and goose hunting.
Starting to warm back up.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll help my watch time too. That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you're getting 40 and 50 views on a video that you go, all right, this is going to do it. This video is going to be jammed.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. And I'm like, 50 views? Are you serious?
I know.
I got over 1,000 people. 50 views. I'm watching it 3 times myself, so that knocks it down to 47.
Yeah.
I got 3 accounts. I got 3 accounts. I watched it today. I put the one I put out Tuesday night for this, and then the one that came out today. I watched 6 videos this morning of my own self. I mean, I like to hear myself talk. I'm like you. So, but after that, I'm like, dude, you're stupid. You know.
It's my two favorite hunts from this year was the cornfield goose hunt where we shot a 7-man, and that blizzard hunt. That blizzard hunt's got like 2,000 views, and it's not half the hunt that cornfield honker hunt was.
Yeah,
and it's got like
and
800.
it does better.
I know.
It's weird.
Oh,
It really
listen.
is. And it's like on
I
my
put
channel,
out
my best performing video is me spray painting a shotgun. And it's like I didn't take any time to try. I don't get it.
I put out a 9-second video of me going, I'm fixing to do a thing. I'm in a barber shop. I get over 3,000 views, and I'm like, and not you can't put an ad on that. I'm not going to make one. I'm not even going to make 1 penny off that. I get over 3,000 views, and I'm like,
it's weird. It's like the brisket. I did the brisket short, and that's got almost 3,000 views on it, and I'm like, how? Like, that's one of my crappiest videos. I don't understand.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's weird the way something can just resonate with your viewers, and something you put all the time and all the effort into, and it's like, nah.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that my best video to date is I did a versus video against a Mondo cut down and a Kurt McCulloch cut down.
Yep, I watched that video a few times,
and I think it's like over 5,000 views, but it started slow. I mean, it was like 5 views, and then all of a sudden I looked at it one day and it was like, oh, wow.
It seemed like everyone started to click in their brain, like, all right, well, I'm thinking about buying this call. Let me see what other calls.
Let me see what's out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like I did a pattern video, and me and Justin, we had 3 different shotguns. We had like 8 different brands of shotgun shells, and I was like, you know what? I was like, all these other channels, they're breaking it up into like one certain shotgun and only 3 shells, and they're spreading it out, into multiple videos. I was like, you know what? Let's just give the people what they want, all in one shot. And I think I got like 400 views on it, and I'm like, how?
Yeah, and Garrett and I just, when we first got our Franke Affinity 3s, like, let's go to the range and shoot some trap. He's like, I'll record it. He said, I'll put the camera up on the table. I said, all right. We get rained on. And it was nothing but us goofing around, shooting clay pigeons.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 10,000 views.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? Yeah. And then the shorts, I haven't figured out the short game yet. I just haven't.
Yeah.
Well,
it's different.
Here's the thing with shorts, and the way I look at it. A short is to try to get somebody to get enough interest into your channel that they hit the subscribe button.
Yep.
Because, I'm not going to make a dime off that thing. I mean, seriously, it's almost useless other than trying to get somebody, well, let's see what else he's got. Let me hit subscribe,
Yeah.
And that's it.
On your ads, how often do those rotate through? Because I've got YouTube Premium, I got YouTube whatever that is. I don't see commercials.
Damn you!
I know.
Well,
You're the reason I'm not making any money.
Pretty much when it pops up for me, it's whenever I click on your video, it automatically plays it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Hang on a second, guys.
It plays depending on how long the video is. It'll play one in the beginning, one in the middle, and one in the end.
Mm-hmm. And that's for like a 10-minute video, I think.
Okay.
It's gonna be like,
guys. My house alarm was going off, and it wasn't even armed.
That's
okay.
crazy.
What was that on your?
Depending on how long my video is, if it's like over 10 minutes, there's going to be a video in the beginning, a video in the middle, and a video in the end.
Okay.
And which was kind of weird this morning because when I did watch, I posted Tuesday night, and I mean it was only a minute and 25 seconds for this trailer. I watched it this morning, and of course I wasn't looking for any ads. And then when my regular video came out, I was watching it, and the ads popped up. But then I went back to the trailer and was watching it because it was something I wanted to see if you could hear the music in the beginning, and an ad popped in the middle in a minute 25. I'm like, that's weird. And
now, you put those where you want them, or is that just a YouTube thing? They throw them in there.
YouTube thing. They try to do it at a natural break,
Okay.
But when I do my videos, you have a list. You want it monetized. You got to hit yes, and then, hey, Right Strapping, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, yep. But yeah, I've just been curious about how that whole thing works on that.
Yeah,
because it seems like some videos I watch right before the action gets good.
Yeah,
there it goes.
Yep, it's like right before a shot's taken or something like that. It's almost like they time the editing for it. I've never understood it either.
Yeah, that's what had me wondering if it was a YouTube thing or if you got to put your own ads in there.
Yeah.
I went in. I did 2 videos here last month. That I did a disassembly and assembly of my brown and silver.
Yep. Yeah, I saw him.
And then I did one on the cleaning of it, the way I detail clean my shotguns.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not. They won't monetize them.
Yeah, because it has to do with guns and that sort of thing.
I'm being attacked by a dog.
Oh, is that a dog?
Yeah. She's saying, Uncle Neil ain't paying no attention to me. That's what that is.
I gotta get going here soon. I got the wife trying to go to bed and baby getting taken care of.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's if you can hang out 3 more minutes, we'll be good.
Yeah, I can do that.
We'll cut it off at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
Been a good night.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This is what I've been looking forward to. Just sit here and talk ducks all night. And we didn't.
While we're
doing
this.
Yep.
Jay got called into work. He sent me a text. Well, I think he sent a group text to everybody.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yep.
So who wants to do this for next week?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Matt, I'll get with you probably this weekend on the logistics of how to do everything. Hey,
all right. You got my phone number, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I've got StreamYard. I've got StreamYard on the tablet, so Garrett and I may make a test run this weekend sometime, see how it works. But yeah, I'll run it.
Okay. All right.
If nobody else got a problem with it.
Now I got loose, don't pay the ransom. What? Okay. We won't pay it.
We don't deal with terrorists.
If you need, now I've got everybody's trailer. Mm-hmm. So if you want to do a trailer, let me know, and I'll try to send them.
It's worked bouncing them back and forth through email.
Yeah,
like we did the other day.
I will try to send them to you.
All right.
That way, if you want to do your own trailer or what have you, and I've got it set up to where I've got it in blocks where I can edit, edit everything and put it all together.
That's cool.
But, I'll let you do that, and just once that trailer comes out, I'll just share it. Once you put it out, I'll share it on Facebook.
Yeah, plug it away
and get it and get it done. That way we can kind of
grow it.
Yeah, grow it. That's the thing. We need to grow this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we didn't get the views that we wanted to tonight. But
hey,
we can sit there and talk all night. I don't care.
First time round, it's not that bad.
Oh no.
We want more viewers, and they'll come. I mean, it'll eventually. Most people aren't used to seeing me on Wednesday night. They see me Monday night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we just need to share it out and get some more people in here. And I'm not trying to take away from any of the other guys that are that do their lives on Wednesday. I think we're looking for a more specific niche in the duck hunter realm for tonight. You know, and we got to.
Your Monday night one, we talk everything.
Yeah,
we bounce.
Well, we did.
We go down every rabbit hole.
I will tell you this: if you're on Facebook, everything waterfowl, don't. And if anybody's in it from anything waterfowl is listening, if y'all are in here, I'm just giving some advice. I posted in there my channel, and I got chastised big time.
Jeez.
Because they don't want you advertising yourself on their Facebook page. So if you go to
Everything Outdoors, the YouTube channel, the YouTube
everything
pages.
waterfowl.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do it anyway. I don't care. I get booted from groups all the time, and I just rejoin them. Wait a week or two, they forget about you.
Oh, but yeah,
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm still a member there, but I just don't post my stuff there. I go somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah, I post it everywhere. I don't care. You'll see it.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care either.
What are they gonna do? Drive out to Tennessee? Come whoop up on me? Go ahead, buddy. It's fine. I got free healthcare. They're paying for it.
Free healthcare, and I got a whole battalion of people behind me.
That's right.
Come on.
But yeah, I'll get logistics figured out this weekend, and I'll get with you, and you can talk me through it. So
yeah, be more than happy to.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, listen, I guess we could call it tonight. Neil, Chris, thanks for coming, man.
It's been a good night.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the next one.
Yep.
Looking forward. We'll do, try to get more people. Try to get some more people and just ramble about ducks. I mean,
sounds good.
Whatever we want to do.
That's one thing we're good at.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Well, listen, everybody in chat, I want to thank everybody for coming in. If you haven't already, do me a big, huge favor and support Neil with W6 Outdoors. Support Chris with Duckalope Outdoors. You didn't get to see him very often, but Jay from the Bicknell bunch, go ahead and support these guys. Do it right. And that way, because like I said, it's not always going to be on my channel that we do this. We're going to be doing it on their channels as well. So anyway, y'all have a great night. Andy, give me a holler tomorrow morning, and we will see y'all next time on Waterfowl Wednesday in the blind. Later.
Bye.